All right, we're going to start just like yesterday. So we're going to start with our arms lifting up, both heels up, and exhale lower. Inhale up. Hi, Karen, come on in. And up. And we'll talk about our cues. You're doing so well just to be here. So give yourself a sense of appreciation for showing up. The hardest part sometimes of the pattern is the the moment of inertia. So keep going. I'm going to turn to my side so you can see. When you go up with the inhale, your knees are long but soft. Your lower back is protected by this little tone you keep right below your ribs, the abs, and then this little tone right here above your pubic bone. That way your low back doesn't get inwardly arched. Yeah, if you're not sure, you can always put your hand there and double check. Now, when you go up, each toe has equal weight. 5 toes, all 5 have equal weight. Good, Sarah, hi. Is it cold in Wisconsin? I'm going to assume yes. Take 3 more. Take 2 more. And 1 more. Now we're going to change it up into external rotation. Unless you have a piriformis syndrome, you're going to take a small piece of pizza, put it between your feet, and we're going to go up. Act like a little bit of a ballerina. Keep those hands in the front of your body, in your peripheral vision. And so this is called the scapular plane. It's where the arms like to be safe. The arms aren't traveling behind you. I like it. You're acting like you have a ribbon between your legs. You're seaming up the inner thighs. Waiting for the plane. 4 more. 4. And control all the way down. That's working the negative. It's working the eccentric. And that's what's really important to help your knees. 2. Prevent ACL injuries from happening. Now we're going to take it to a bit of a chair. Act like there's a chair behind you. So we're running through some of these bar exercises. Your booty goes far back, like you're hovering over a chair. Most of us, you can probably go to 90 degrees of flexion in the knee. Your main goal is, though, to keep the knees happy. The booty going far back is how you bias the glutes and not the knees. Your heels are so heavy, and that'll help you bias the glutes and the hamstrings. Your toes are so light, you could lift them off the floor at any moment and slide a piece of paper underneath them. 4, you feel the heart rate getting up. 3, good. Karen, that looks good. 2, Rick, I see the knee traction. That looks really good. Nice, Michelle. 1 more. Now we're adding on a little bit of a wider squat. I like to think of a sumo wrestler. Heel heavy or second position. As you lift the arms, your neck is still free of congestion. You got it. The toes could also lift here. Your knees track with your second toe again. If you're not sure, look at, feel, use all your senses you can to ingrain the correct patterns. 3 more. Inhale. Beautiful. 2. Powerful. 1. Come back up to the first position. Now, this time, we're going to take a lift of your leg off the floor. Dégagé, the foot disengages from the floor. Try to keep the left glute balancing you without leaning back. 5, point flex. 6, that's going to keep our ankles healthy. 7, to prevent falls. 8, it's good for neural flossing. 9, so it's good for the nervous system. 10, other leg. Right glute holds you. This is the booty that's holding you, which is important for low back. 4, 5, I love it. Point flex. 6, see, I'm trying not to lean back. 7, 8, this knee's long but soft. 9, beautiful. 10, and we're going to take Vault Moll, which means big kick. So if you can, and I did not grow up doing ballet, so even if you don't have a history of doing ballet, tell your brain you can do it. You're graceful, you're confident, your posture's upright, you're going to own the move. So your performance will match your self-image. You're graceful. 5, you're stable. 6, beautiful. 7, point and flex. 8, I like it. You're not leaning back at all. I love it. 9, let's do a 10. 10, bolt mon, going up. And you're keeping it within some healthy confines. You're not throwing your leg up carelessly. We don't want a hamstring tear. We want control. I love it. 5, that's gorgeous. 6, 7, arms are in the scapular plane ahead of the body. Beautiful, embody that grace. 9, 10, now we're gonna take a bigger hug a tree, first position. Now this right foot, or whatever foot, we're gonna even it up. Inner thigh crosses. See how it crosses? Tap the floor, or to make it harder, don't tap the floor. Keep that foot off. So we're crossing the midline. You're gonna feel the inner thigh. 4, this glute's working. 5, 6, so the challenge is keep that foot off the floor. 7, 8, 9, I like how your back's upright. 10, other side, so set your big piece of pizza between your feet. Hug that sequoia tree. Inhale. And all these little patterns we're making our body do is really helpful to prevent cognitive decline. And when you add it with exercise, it's even more potent. 5, 6, so movement with sequencing. 8, really good for preventing cognitive decline. I like it. All right, feet are straight ahead. You're gonna love this one. Act like you're in a toaster. In a toaster slot, you're opening up. This is abduction. Now the trick with this top leg is keep the toes forward. Your leg is gonna try to turn out because it's gonna try to get into that quad because that's stronger. We want the abductor to work. So toes are forward, or even more challenge, toe down. I got puppy Pilates. 10, other side, you got it. All right, let's do 10. Now, booty is working on the support, and the booty's working on the active leg. Put your back against an imaginary wall. 6, bias. 7, or try to make it harder by not touching. 8, 9, 10, we're gonna go back to that. Go up and try to find a beautiful star position. Now, I want you to imagine there's a grapefruit that you're tracing with your pointed toes. 10, 9, it's gonna get all those fibers. 8, ribs pull down with your abs. 6, you're breathing. Pull the toes back, go the opposite grapefruit circle. Good. 9, add a pulse with a point. You got it. We're doing bonuses. You're doing so well. 8, breathing. Now pull the toes back in 10, 9, 8, higher. Give yourself a challenge. If the worst that happens is you fall, that's okay. Lower that foot. Now we know what's happening on this side. Go up. What's your balance? All right, let's draw some grapefruits. Breathing. Feel the ribs or feel the abs. Good. Pull the toes back and do 10 grapefruit circles. Good, keep breathing. Get ready, point the toes. We're gonna do 10 little pulses. Try a half an inch higher than you thought you could. You're capable of more than you know a lot of times. Pull the toes back, pulse it. You're doing great. 9, and lower that foot. That was great. Now we're gonna put some moves together. This is called TikTok. 1 chair squat. Get ready. 1 side leg abduction. 1 chair squat. 1 side leg abduction. Now both feet 50-50 weight. Now one leg has all the body weight. Sitting abduction. Toes forward. Sitting abduction. Now it's up to you how low you go. 90 degrees. Land like a cat. The ball of the foot touches the floor. The heel controls as it comes down. Land like a cat as opposed to a thud. So we're keeping springy fascia, and that helps keep the body young. Springy fascia. You got it. You feel the heart rate getting up here. All right, let's do 4 more. 4, expand. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now we're going to come back into a first position. This is called releve when we lift the heels. So let's just do 5. Nice. This is going to be at the ballet bar. If you have a tall foam roller and you want to use that as a way to hold balance, you can. Now this is called plie. Again, I did not grow up with dance, but it's good just to memorize new words for the brain with movement. You've got it. And we're going to do one of each if you can. Lift up the heels, lower the heels, bend the knees. Go up, you can just have your arms match and bend. So you're holding on to a memory with movement. Great for the brain. And down, good. Seam up the inner thighs like there's a red ribbon between your inner thighs. Yes, good, Pam, you can make the arms bigger as you feel more confident. All right, we've got 3 more sets. Good, knees are soft so they're never locking backwards, especially if you're hypermobile and your joints bend backwards. 2, 1. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to turn to the side for this one. This one is a roll through front. It is fabulous for the ankles, but if it's new for you, you might want to hold on to something. You're going to lift up your heels, bend your knees while your heels are in the air, lower the heels, and then stand up. Lift up your heels. All the toes have equal weight. Bend the knees with the heels in the air. Lower the heels. Stand back up. Lift. Feel those ankles having to figure out. That's you getting fewer ankle sprains. Lift up. That's you with better balance. As you give your body permission to figure out how to maintain balance. Lift up. Bend the knees. Stay track with the second toe. Lower your heel. Stand up. Lift up, inhale, bend the knees, lower the heels. I'm going to turn to the other side to see me from a different view. Lift the heels, bend the knees, lower the heels. We've got this. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Yes, I like it how you're adding your own arms. Good. 2. Woo! 1. Can we reverse it? Oh yes, stay low. Lift up your heels down here. Lift up tall, lower the heels, bend the knees. Lift up the heels, up. Lift up the heels. Good, I'm turning so I can see your beautiful faces. Up, good. See how the knees are tracking with the second toe? They're not collapsing medially, especially with us females because our hips are wider than our knees and we want to be good to those middle structures. All right, we're doing great. Let's do 3 more. Awesome. 2 more. Heels, ankles are getting stronger. On 1 more. And then good. Now this is just going to shake it out. You're going to take your arms like you're just drying clothes on the clothesline. And we're going to lift and spread the toes and do a static balance. Lift and spread your toes. This balance pose is going to be a quad stretch with the arm out. So I'm going to show you from the side. Your low back is going to want to try to curve inward, but you're not going to let it. You're going to use your abs and your pubic bone pulls up a little. Hold 10 more. 9, 8, 7, I like it. 6, just static balance. 5, gaze is parallel to the floor. 4, 3, that helps your vestibular system. 2, if you would like to add on, push your foot into your hand, expand that body. 10, keep the belly pulling up so you're not collapsing in the low back. 9, hips square down. 8, 7, see how the other foot's figuring out the balance. 6, 5, good, Rick. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to make our transition the pose. It's just as important. We're lowering that foot, samasthiti, balancing the mind, body, breath. Let's do the other side. Up and around. Hold on to that foot. And then palm open. This is just static. Your jaw is parallel to the floor. Your eyes have a soft gaze at something in front of you that doesn't move. That's going to help the vestibular function to balance you. Your ribs pull down. Your pubic bone pulls up just enough to maintain your normal inward curve. This psoas and this rectus femoris, this quad, are getting stretched. This is really important for back pain if you have low back pain. Also for, it can help with knee pain. All right, you guys look great. Sound really tall. Now, if you'd like to add on, this is a possibility. Push that foot into your hand. It's more about the foot pushing into the hand than it is about just leaning forward. All right, left hip steers down. Check your neck. There's no wrinkles in your neck, even if you have to tuck your chin a little. 10. 5. 4. Good. Make sure your toes aren't death gripping the floor. They're just resting on it. They're not hammer toeing. 2. Gracefully transition out. Very good, very good, very good. Nice. And then just do a hula hoop. Shake out your hips. Get some of those muscles that stabilized us relaxed. Go the other way. We're going to do a dynamic balance called leg circles. Lift and spread your toes. And if your toes don't separate, get down there and just spread them out so they start getting used to this. We want some agile feet. Left leg gets your weight. Now, at first, you can do a modified hug a tree. You're going to try to draw a circle. You are going to try a circle. You're a ballet dancer. And some of you like to add on arms with this. You're welcome to add some movement. Good. Graceful. Bigger. That same leg, opposite way. Go back. Now your body does pitch forward slightly when your leg's behind you. The whole body gently pitches forward, but you don't get more lordotic. You don't get more inward low back curved. That left leg is working. It's your stabilizer. If you're right leg dominant on your mover, your left leg probably is better at stabilizing. But we're going to find out. Inhale. On the exhale, let it go any way you need to. Other side. Lift and spread your toes. Yeah. Okay. Dominant. If you had to kick a door open or kick a soccer ball as strongly as you could, which leg would you choose? That's usually your dominant mover, and the other leg is usually a dominant stabilizer. But why we do these unilateral movements is to balance that out. And this is also good for the brain to use right and left side of the body. Good. Right knee is long but soft. The bigger, it's going to be harder, isn't it? I like it. Inhale. 8. Good. Your face is calm. Your jaw is calm. If you tend to jaw clench, separate your lips. See if that helps you. Now the other way. Inhale. Back. That right leg is working. That right booty, it's on. Your right knee is soft. Good. Bigger leg circle. I like it. 6. Good. 7 is starting to burn. 9. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are doing great. 10. Beautiful. All right, let's take a rib dance. If your legs are tired, just stand up. But if you'd like to challenge them more, sit down in that little posture that looks like goddess. Open up your arms, flip your palms. Now watch the ribs. Imagine an old-fashioned typewriter. They're going to laterally translate to the right, just to the right and in the center. Right, center. What you're going to start doing is waking up some core muscles. Keep the legs strong. Keep the heels heavy. 2 more. Inhale. Now go left. Laterally translate the ribs left. See how I'm trying to maintain a horizontal position with the ribs? I'm like a mime. You're thinking like a mime, that kind of control. Yes, 4 more. 3, 2, 5, right ribs. 5, this is called rib dance. 4, waking up all the core muscles. 5 left, and go 5, 4, and one side might be different. Now, 2 each way. 2, if your legs are tired, come out anytime. 2, now 1 each way. Now, inhale and breathe. Good, your legs may be burning, it's possible. Your upper shoulders may be burning. Your neck should not be. Shoulder blades down the back if you can. All right, you should feel some movement in those core muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hands down. Now flexion, extension, like cat and cow. And inhale and exhale. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. All right, We are going to put those moves together and think about the core muscles waking up. Get ready. Forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. It's like you just made a big bowl of pudding and you're going to take a rubber spatula and you're going to try to get all of the pudding off of the inside of that bowl, mixing bowl. And let's go the other way. Good. Breathe when you need to. Watch how my booty just tried to lift. Stay low if you want to burn those thighs out. Good. We're going to be taking our arms off after 2 more. All right, optional. Here we go. 1 each way. It's almost like you're churning the biggest, butter churning. A big churn of butter. Big, work the core. Big, ribs go forward, side, back, side, front. Forward, side, back, side, front. See if you can do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Now hands on your thighs. Use your abs and roll all the way up. And then walk those legs in. They should be burning. Perfect. Now, if you need something, I'm going to use this tree. Wrap your left foot behind your right ankle. We're going to do a single calf raise. If this is too hard, do 2 at the same time. Lift up both heels, the heel. Lower. And think about if there were a tack on the floor and you don't really want to lower your heel all the way. You just want to barely touch the skin of your heel so that we can stay in some work here. 7, 8, each toe head has equal weight. Now left foot, we're going to wrap that other foot. We're doing unilateral work. 1, knee long. 2, now try to control it on the way down. That's where we can help that knee. Like if you walk down a mountain or go down stairs, if these muscles, the soleus and calf, aren't strong eccentrically, that's where people get ACL tears. Lift up. I like it. We're doing 3 sets of 10. Other side. Wrap that foot. We're on the 2nd set of the first ankle. Good. I like how your pelvis is level. If your pelvis were a bucket of water, you're not spilling water forward or back or side to side. Abs have a little bit of tone here, maybe 5 to 10%. Good. Now we're going to take 10 on the other foot. You're doing great. If you've had a history, like I've sprained my left ankle a lot as a kid, this one appreciates the single calf work. So you're helping out that body. Other foot, right foot, doing great. Rick, your pelvis looks good. Pam, good. Betty, you're breathing. Your neck is soft. There's no tension anywhere in the body. Your goal is actually to get by with as little work as you can. Only the calf and the abs. You don't need any shoulder tension. And then 10 on the other side. Your eyes are soft. Your jaw doesn't need to clench. It's a great activity in specificity of contraction. What do I need to contract? Let go of the other stuff. 5, 6, knee is soft. There's a marshmallow in your knee. 7, 8, really good. 9, and 10. Now we're going to lower that. That was perfect. Sit in a chair. Either do a double heel heavy chair. All right. You see how I'm doing this with both legs. Look at how the knee tracks with the 2nd toe. Optional. Lift up the foot. See how my pelvis is level? I'm not kicking it out like I'm holding a child. I really want that level. Optional. You're in control. Lower. Look how I'm monitoring that knee. It could be a 1-inch squat. Whoops. See, I had to touch. That's okay. That's your body figuring it out. 3, and it's not even a huge squat. You're in control. 4, but you see how your body's figuring out all the little contractions. Knee tracks with the 2nd toe. Really good for women. See how our hips are wider than our knees. 6, 7, good. 8, no knee pain. Inhale. Now this foot comes down and get ready. Pelvis level. Good. This toe's here if you need it, but you're basically doing a single leg squat. You're training this knee where you want it to go in the exercise class. So when you're out in the world, it knows better where to be. See, that knee's going to try to fall in if I'm a girl, but I'm going to keep it tracking with my 2nd toe. Good. 7. Shoulders are soft. Jaw is soft. 8, 9. Good, Pam. 10. I like it. Sitting down. This is stable. If you'd like to add on isometric, right ankle to left thigh. And we did this yesterday, so let's see if it's a little easier. Okay, you could be resting here. Chin tuck so your neck is soft. 10. 9. Your goal is to keep that working knee in line with the second toe. 7. I'm going to look at you. 6. Good, Michelle. 5. 4. You're calm. 3. Sticking your sit bone out a little bit so your back's not round. 2. Inhale. Gracefully transition out of it. That's just as important as the pose. Foot down. Inhale. Samasthiti, balancing the mind, body, breath. Other side. Sitting down. You could do this. Heel is so heavy. Palm press. The prayer gesture is also a nice way to calm the nervous system. It's really hard to be angry or nervous when the palms are together. So you're calming the right and left side of the brain. Chin tuck. Mouth separated. If you're a jaw clencher, that's a good way to let it go. Calmly breathing. 5. 4. That right knee, you're telling where you want it to be with your second toe. You're telling your booty to be heavier than your knee. 2. Inhale. And on the exhale. Woo! Really good. All right, we're going to step or jump out, land like a cat, arms out. Inhale. We're going to take a big fat stretch. It's going to feel amazing. Interlace your fingers if you can add that on. Otherwise, just let your arms hang and hold on to the elbows if you need to. But if you can be here, this is Prasarita Padasana, spread out wide ankle pose. And just enjoy and relax. Let me see how y'all are doing. You got it, Karen. Good. Very good, by the way. That looks great. When you're down here, you're noticing that you have a little arch between the inner heel and the mound of the big toe. If you don't, lift up your toes so that you get an arch and then lower the toes back down flat. And that'll activate that tibialis posterior to lift your arch, which is going to help your inner knee in the long run. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to take the hands down. Bend the right knee and bend the left knee. Yes, right? Now you may go a little lower as your body wakes up. Good. All right, you're already there, Pam. It feels so good. The next time your right knee's at 90, you might stay here. You can have your knuckles down. You can open up your left arm. If you want to go lower and it doesn't hurt your knee, you can come down. You can even lift up those toes. Soft knee. I'm a sucker for wraps, so if you want to hug something, you can wrap your leg. You don't have to. You're going to look up or check out if your neck doesn't like that, then look at your toes or look down. I'm going to look at you, though. I want you just to enjoy wherever you are. Good, Pam. And breathe into the moment. 5, 4. If your heel doesn't touch and it's bothering your balance, you can roll up your yoga mat and leave it under your heel. Good, Karen. All right, get ready. We're going to change sides. Now, if you're low, you can use your hands to help with the body weight down here. Shift, left knee 90, open up that arm. This is a possibility. So this is one of many. Maybe you're going to go low. Maybe you're going to lift up those toes. Some of you are wrapping. You don't have to. Just see what's going on. I'm going to look at you. Yeah. Great. Yep. However feels comfy. Now come back to the breath. 3. Good, Karen. Hands down is just fine. 2. Hands are going to come down to the floor. It's going to help you shift up. Now from here, you can be in a squat posture, be a frog, and walk those feet in. If that's just not happening, you can take Happy Baby, which looks like this. Okay? This is Malasana or squat. Palms can come together and you can get a bonus stretching out. Good. And looking at your feet, look, make sure you have an arch. If you don't, lift up your toes, but keep the mound of the big toe down, then that activates that arch again. Lower the toes and let them be flat. That's it, Karen. Just take happy baby. Oh, another trick is to put a couple yoga mat blocks underneath your bootay. Yep, happy baby's great though. 5, 4. Good. I had a couple emails about arms yesterday, so please stay here. But if you want to do crow pose and you have a pillow in front of you, cover here. If you don't want anything to do with this, just stay squatting. Now, if you're in the air and you want to jump back and commit, you can. Otherwise, we're all going to be in a plank. So you're on your forearms eventually, or your hands. Hold that plank. I am also going to move the camera. You're going to see a different view. If you need to do the same, you can. 5. Good. There you go. Now I see you. Good, good. 4. Down dog. 3. 2. All right. Rest your pelvis. Now your belly's down. You can be here or press your hands onto the floor and be in a Cobra Bujangasana. Good, good, Michelle. Belly pulls away from the floor and hold this. This is what will get worse without intervention. If you look at your peers, you'll see this is one of the biggest changes that happens in people without deliberate, intentional thoracic extension. 5. Good. Energizing the legs. 4. 3. 2. Good, Karen. Maybe chin tuck just a hair, Karen. Yeah. The neck should feel really good. Exhale, lower down. Now you can windshield wipe your knees like you're a kid watching cartoons on Saturday. Okay, this is going to be great. You're going to love it. Legs long, interlace the fingers at the low back if they'll reach. If they don't, just put your hands beside your fanny. Lift up your legs if they'll go. The whole back body is active. I'm going to look at you, but you're probably looking down. Good. Karen, if the hands don't match, just let them be by the hips. Good, Rick. Good. Good, Betty. Yeah, good, Michelle. Just let your inhale lift you. It's going to feel really nice. It's only going to go up a couple inches, but it's great because it's all you, no arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Now, if you were holding hands with yourself, take the other hand hold. So my right pinky's on the outside. Now my left pinky's going to be on the outside. Push the palms together like you have a little acorn between your palms. Lift up your arms. Lift up your femurs, your thighs, your toes. Your knees are off the ground if you can. If it's too hard, leave the toes down. Now let the breath ride you in extension. Inhale up. Inhale, facilitate extensions. Exhale, you might drop a little, but not too much. No wrinkles in the neck. Look down if you have any. 5, 4. If you touch your hands to your booty, your hand should be right in the middle of your booty crease. Vertical, not pulling to one side or the other. Lower down, relax by bending. You're doing great. Now here's an opportunity to do bow pose. If you would like, you can add on your hands to your feet or your ankles. Before you lift, you can pull your belly away from the floor. Now, if this isn't happening, you can do 1 foot at a time, or you can go back to the pose we just did, Shalabhasana, with the hands at the lower back. If you're adding on, lift up. Good. 5. Good, Karen. Tuck. Yeah. If in doubt, the chin can tuck for neck safety. 4, 3, 2. Belly pulls in, so you're not just collapsing in the low back. Relax. Okay, we're going to do it again. If you had 1 foot, now you're doing the other. Lift up both feet. It's fine. Breathe. 5. How little energy can you put into the pose? 4. Ride the breath. 3, 2. Upper back is more important than the legs on this. 2. Recover. Child pose. Push your hips back. Now, if your knees don't like to flex, do puppy dog pose, booty in the air, or lower back. Good. Wonderful. All right. While we're here, come to your shins. Now, I'm going to double up my mat to show you how you can really care for your shins even more. All right, I'm going to tilt you up. This is Ustrasana Camel Pose. A lot of the poses are after animals because animals naturally stretch, right? Curl your toes under. You watch a cat or a dog after a nap, they almost always do a stretch. Fingertips go to your heel. This is half a camel. This may be your cup of tea today. If you'd like, both fingers back. Lift up your heart. Chin tuck. So your neck is very safe. 5. All the toes have equal weight, so your heels are straight up and down. 4. Good, Karen. The modification is elbows together, hands by your sacrum. 3. 2. Now with strong arm, windmill that arm forward, windmill the other arm forward. Child pose. Rest your back. Your back shouldn't be sore now. If it was, then you might have hung out in your low back too much. So the goal is to really lift your sternum with your upper back extensors. Here we go. Other side, if you did one or the second set. Come up. Your knees should be happy here. I've got 2 mats. Not sickling out because I want to train my ankles how I want to do. Up and back. Lift your heart. Like someone's got a golden string attached to your sternum. All these extensions are about embracing the next step. Courage. Allowing. Belly pulls in. 5. You're lifting up. It's almost like you're pulling your spine out of your pelvis. 3, 2, a little bit of glute activity. Now inhale, and on your exhale, strong arm, windmill down. We're going to take frog posture, which is one of my favorite postures. So you're going to turn sideways and put your, I'd like to double up my mat here because it's just a way to practice caring for this precious vehicle of your spirit, your body. So knees wide, go wider, elbows down. Now my booty's in the air. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me too. Rest your head on your arms or your doubled up fist. Big toes can be towards each other. Everybody looks so good. You know what's also happening is some decompression in the spine because now my spine's in a different position than it normally is. Usually you got it, Rick, you're good. If your pelvis, usually your pelvis is below the spine and now we're opposite. So we're getting some decompression. The interval to retrieval disc, love this. Good. Sometimes you can make little nuances by going an inch forward or back. Karen, that looks really good. Good, Rusty. Every exhale is a chance to just release tension. It's like a dog on the living room floor after a good walk. You're just sighing it out. That's the body's natural way to let go of physiological stress, tension. Now, if you would like to take dog on the living room floor, you can. If you don't want anything to do with that, please do a child pose. If you want dog on the living room floor, stretch out your legs and enter, and you kind of come up in a sphinx. You've seen the dog do this, I know. Speaking of dogs. Speaking of dogs. I couldn't have planned that better, guys. There's no better planning. Awesome. Let's make $1 million on a video show right now. Now we're going to take the child pose. Child pose. Good. We're going to come up to our booty. Inhale. Now on the exhale, just take 10 seconds down. Inhale, make sure your back has a mat. 10, flex the spine. 9, like a big ice cream scoop went down at 8, 7, good Michelle. 6, 5, 4. Take a full body stretch. Now lift up the right leg. Normally we do knee down twist, but I want to give an option. You can take that leg over the body. It's almost like you're making a 90-degree hip twist or thigh twist. Now the left hand's going to hold that leg down gently. The right arm is going to take some circles. Act like you're at the beach and you're drawing a circle in the sand in a pain-free range of motion. If you have any impingement syndrome, you'll avoid the top range. But basically, you want to feel your scapula glide up and down. Your humerus moves freely. Now, somewhere along the way, probably like a Y or a T, your arm's going to want to stay in this stretch. Palm faces up. Look towards that hand, and you've got this twist. Let your body relax now. Your right hand is opened. And I like that position, Karen, when your arm's a little lower. But then your hand's not hanging off the floor. That's good. You're gently stretching the cervical spine, the neck. Your upper back is a really big hitter in this stretch. When you have good upper back rotation, it helps with your posture. Because every time you walk, your thoracic spine needs to have healthy rotational patterns. If it doesn't, it starts compensating with more flexion, which is when people start getting stooped over. So these upper back rotation postures are really good to help prevent forward upper back rounding. Feel the distance between your hip and your rib get long. You have a long waist here. The hip is far away from your rib. I used to push on your hip in classes, and just imagine that I'm pushing on your hip away from your rib. That a girl, buddy. Take a few more breaths, letting go. Take another inhale. Now on your exhale with care, gently realign your spine back on the mat. Very good. Your right leg goes long. Your left leg goes up. Now we're going to care that with care, take that leg over. If this is too much, just bend that top knee. But if you can, stack those hips. Left arm takes 5 circles. Inhale, draw a circle on the sand at the beach. Big, expansive, pain-free, feel-good circle. Inhale. Now on that 5th one, you can leave your hand in a place that feels like a good stretch. Maybe like a Y or a T or a little lower if you have shoulder issues and your hand's just kind of hanging off the ground, not relaxing. So we're going to find a place that it can relax. Your right hand's on that thigh to help keep it in place. Your eyes can already begin to close or soften to tell your parasympathetic system to kick in more and heal this body. Your inhales through the nose and going to the lower abdomen, the diaphragmatic breath is going to tell your parasympathetic system to kick in. And this is countering the fight or flight response that can happen during the day. We're giving ourselves a chance to heal. Don't figure out any problems. Don't worry about anything in the past or the future. Just be here now. Give your body this chance. Notice how your exhales let you go deeper. It's just as important to know how to relax the muscles and the nervous system and manipulate into parasympathetic as it is to know how to contract. So usually in our life, we know how to go into contract mode. Now we're teaching the full spectrum for the nervous system and muscles. How do we relax the muscles we don't need on? Take another inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to, with care, gently come back. Now I'm going to turn to you for this next one. Your arm is going to act like a pillow. Your hand can take that foot. This is a quad stretch. We did one standing, now we're doing one lying. You're also going to feel that shoulder. I'm going to turn so you can see something really fun. It's a very it's an advanced variation, but if you would like to take it with your foam roller underneath you, or you're in a bridge with one foot. So you see how I have my one-footed bridge? I hope you're all doing well with good form. I see nothing but black fur. All right, rib down. This is a harder variation, so it's okay if you just do a side quad stretch. Rib down. Good, Michelle. Your knee can lower just a little bit, Michelle. Yes, there. You feel that difference? That linear stretch, that quad. When it's tight, it tries to pull the knee out. Take another inhale, breathe into the belly. That's going to stretch out those fibers on the low back because the diaphragm touches on 1, 2, and 3 and L1, 2. Lower it. Now we're going to do the other side. You're either on your arm and you hold that foot. This is how 90% of us are going to be. Rib down. See if the knee goes up and then pull it in line. You want to protect your neck. Good, Betty. The option is you could lie on your long, if you have a long roller, or you hook your foot under and take this one-legged quad stretch, one-legged bridge. Ekapada Dvipadapidam is what it's called in Sanskrit. It's one-legged bridge. This is a lot harder. So either one's fine. You can also increase that fascial stretch, just taking the arms overhead, and you see how that helps that stretch. Rib down. Good, Karen, that looks great. Good, Betty. Eyes soft. Good, Michelle. You see how you found your knees placed already. The body wants to entrain with what we did on the other side. Tongue soft. I like it. We're going to let that out a little bit, and we do this one about every day, but it's really one of the best rehab exercises. It tells the glutes to wake up, and it's an extension and a decompression. Take your inhale, and on your exhale, curl your low back up, and we're going to do it 3 times for mobility. There's a saying in yoga, you're as young as your spine. 2. 1 more. Now, when you're up, I know it's tempting to go as high as you possibly can and just go into some low back arch, but just see if you can preserve a natural continuous line in the spine. The hips are level, right and left. The booty has tone. The hamstrings have tone. The low back has some tone, but there's no pain. L5, S1 tend to hyperextend, especially in females. So we don't want to keep allowing that to happen. So we have a little ab tone to help. If you've been working on your full wheel and you want to do Chakrasana, you can. It'll be like this, fingertips towards your shoulders. I like to go straight up instead of resting on my head. And then I don't worry about getting compression forces on my spine. The more you put your chest towards your hands, the better that upper back extension is. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, if you're coming down, you're going to use those triceps. You're going to use your abs. Roll down. Left leg down, right leg up. Hamstring stretch. Pull that leg in. If you have a Dynaband or a tube, this is a great place to grab it around your foot. Yep. Now this left psoas is pouring into the ground like butter on a skillet. The knee doesn't feel a stretch, nor the sit bone. It's the belly of the hamstring. If in doubt, back off a hamstring stretch. It's such a bad injury to tear your hamstring. I'd rather you err on the side of conservative. It's not a place to be type A. Cross the midline 2 inches. And possibly internally rotate that leg like your pigeon toe. That's going to access that outer hamstring. Pulling the toes back is also going to add on more flavor. Relax the shoulders. Traditional yoga, you can put your 2 fingers on your big toe, your peace fingers on your big toe. Just do what you need to. We're here after the intention, which is to stretch that hip. If you would like to go out, if you have a band around your foot, it's really nice. You can go out, more inner thigh. This hand can counterweight the body. So you're using that dyna band. This is a great place to make this your class. Where do you need to stretch? You hold your leg there more. This leg pours down. Good. That's great, Michelle. Great. Wherever the stretch was initially, you might have changed. It might have gotten more pliant, more malleable, so you might be able to change it. 5. Pour this leg down. 4. Eyes soft, belly breath. Bring that up. Now what you can do is take a full body stretch and notice how that leg feels compared to the other. You're going to shift your hips right, left, but not by bending your knees. It's from your QL, this muscle right here, from the pelvis to the rib. Now the other leg comes up. Use that dyna band around your foot if you have it. Mine's right there, but I feel like staying here and watching you guys. So if you want to get your dyna band, please do. Pour the right leg down. Let me just take a better look. Good, Karen. I can't tell if you have a pillow, but this is a place where you can use a pillow if you want. If your head's sort of coming off the mat or your neck is, you can use a pillow. It looks like you have one. Good, Michelle. Your other leg is just pouring long. Pam, you're doing great. There's a neat trick with that right leg that's on the floor. Let it be more neutral. In other words, the toes point up. If that does it on the right leg, just see if that's okay. That psoas is trying to take your leg out. You can cross the midline with that thigh, internally rotate that femur, and take it across. Even 2 inches gets this biceps femoris, which is, if it's tight, it can create some knee pain and lateral hip pain. Drop the shoulders again. Drop the muscles that are trying to tense. Jaw soft, eyes soft. Make sure your left hip isn't hiking up by your rib cage. Taking some gentler yoga poses today. We like to just mix it up. That same leg, you could start going out a little bit at a time, maybe just 2 inches. That's going to get the inner hamstring, biceps membranosus and tendinosus, or keep on going. Get those long adductors, get those long inner thighs. Nice. You're releasing body tension. If you've ever been in an accident or fallen, your body had to maintain some tension to get through the pain. And so one of the things we're doing with this relaxation is getting rid of old patterns of tension, old pain postures. So this is a chance to remind your body of its original relaxed state. 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1, bring it back. And we're going to either do the ankle to thigh figure 4. This is the hip stretch. Or if you're craving a pigeon, then please take a pigeon. I'm going to show both. This is the figure 4. If your hips are tight, just put a pillow under your head or wedge your body near a wall so you don't have to work at it. So if you kind of feel like this, get yourself close to a wall. Yeah, those of you that are craving pigeon, you've already beat me to it. You can start in a down dog, lift the right leg up, and take it high or low. I'm gonna let you, or both, I'm gonna let you play around. You're learning your body. Good, I love the rocks. I love the rocks you're doing naturally. Your body knows to calm itself. It rocks. You see people calming a baby or just rocking themselves when they're dysregulated. So your body knows. You also feel different fibers in the stretch. If you're in the figure four, it's a nice place to move those toes and wake up the ankles. 5, 4, and just calm the body. 3 and 2. We're going to take it to the other side. If you're in the Pigeon, you could take it down dog and do the other leg. If you're in the ankle to thigh, you can take it down. And inhale. This is the Ekapada Raja Kapapasana in yoga, which is one-legged king pigeon. You can relax here. I'm going to look at you. I like it. Nice. And some of you have already started rolling your ankles. You're already in your meditation. You're already on that blue kayak raft in the Hillsborough River, drifting under the cypress trees, looking at alligators on the side of the river, looking at ibises, looking at the beautiful pink spoonbills, creamy white pink bodies. Now, wherever you are, you're going to gently roll onto your back and pull your legs into your belly. Feet soles together, knees wide, supine bound angle while we finish our meditation. You're drifting down the Hillsborough River on that blue kayak, letting all your worries wash away, feeling the sun filter through the cypress trees on your face, feeling the water underneath your kayak. Hear the sounds of a broadwing hawk overhead, and just let go. As you're there, you can see an image of a large baked potato coming underneath you, noticing it's a manatee, seeing its little eyes like 50-cent pieces, and deep inset in its head, bringing its nostrils above water, sniffing for air, and going back underneath your kayak. In training with the piece of the manatee, gently come up towards a seated position, leaving your eyes soft or closed, lifting up with as little effort as you can. Take a hand to your heart and then cover it with the other one. So just notice what messages come from your intuition about how you can further and train with self-care. That's our theme this week. Notice what that is. Notice how it feels like a warm blanket to know that you're going to take further care of yourself. You're not going to leave your side. You're not going to abandon yourself. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes open and come back into the room. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Thank you.